Hello friends, today I'm going to discuss few science questions from CTET paper 2 which was held on January 2021. Okay, so let us go into our questions. This is our first question. Which of the following gland in human beings secretes more than two hormones? And our options are adrenal, pituitary, pancreas and thyroid. So what they have asked, among these four glands in our human body, which one will secrete more than two hormones? These four will definitely produce hormones, but they are asking more than two hormones, which one will produce in our human body? So here is our solution. First, we'll discuss about, first we'll discuss about endocrine and exocrine. Okay. Here in endocrine and exocrine, endocrine is an organ which produce hormones directly into blood. Okay, they will produce directly into blood, and this will produce hormones in directly into the epithelial surface. Do you know what is epithelial surface? We'll come into it. So first in endocrine glands, they will produce hormones too directly into the blood, and one more function is there for them. They will control the body function. They will control the body function. Here, epithelial surface in exocrine gland, they will produce hormones in epithelial surface. That is nothing but our skin type. Okay, that is our skin type. By which way they will produce into the epithelial surface? Through duct. Through duct. Okay, duct is nothing but um, uh, the tubes through which the air passes through our blood passes through. Okay, so this is it. And among these four, can you guess which of the following are endocrine and exocrine? Adrenal is endocrine, pituitary also endocrine, pancreas also endocrine, and thyroid also endocrine. Okay, here in exocrine, what will be the example which will produce hormones to epithelial surface? That is nothing but sweat, one of the example, and another one is saliva. Another one is saliva. Okay, so among this one, the adrenal will produce two hormones, pancreas will produce two hormones, thyroid also will produce two hormones. Pituitary, our main gland, our main head gland is pituitary, and this will produce more than two hormones. Okay, it will produce more than two hormones. So it's an endocrine gland. It will produce more than two hormones among the four options. Okay, the pituitary is the correct option for this question. So let us go into our second question. Which of the following statement is true? It is about metal and non-metal. Okay, it is about metal and non-metal. Here in metal, see the options. See the options. What are all the options given here? Which of the following is true? You have to see. First option is all metals are solid. Second, all metals are hard. Third, all non-metals are gaseous. Fourth, all non-metals are non-ductile. Okay. Okay. So yes, among these four, you would have understood the question is, the options are about properties of metals and non-metals. Okay. So all can you say all the metals are solid? No, you cannot say all the metals are solid. Why? Because, can you say why? Because it can be beaten into, it is malleable. Its property is it's malleable. That means it can be beaten into sheets. So that means all the metals are not solid. Few can be solid, but not all. Okay, so first option is not there. Next, all the metals are hard. All the metals are hard, isn't it? No, all the metals are not hard. If you see metals, among them sodium and potassium. Okay, sodium and potassium. These two metals are not hard among the metals. So you cannot say this option is true. All non-metals are gaseous. Is all non-metals are gaseous? Non-metals are gaseous, but they also exist in all the three states. Okay, all the three states. What are the states? Solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, they exist in all the three states. So we cannot say all the non-metals are gaseous. So these three have been cancelled, and the last one is non-metal. All the non-metals are non-ductile. All the non-metals are non-ductile. What do you mean by ductile? That means metals can be what? What is the property of metal? It can be ductile. It is ductile, and non-metals are non-ductile. Okay, non-metals are non-ductile. It can be made into wires. In metals can be made into wires, sheets, okay, without breaking. But here in non-metals we cannot break the things. Okay, without breaking the things we cannot do anything. Okay, so our option is all the non-metals are non-ductile. Third question: why is a man-made fiber obtained from natural sources? What could be why? You have to guess from these four options which one will be the letter Y. What is the description given here? Man-made fiber from natural sources. Man-made fiber from natural sources. First we will take rayon. Okay. First we will take rayon here. Rayon here. So what is the thing here? It is man-made. Okay, it is man-made from natural sources. Okay, it is man-made from natural sources like wood and other agricultural things. Nylon. Nylon, what is it? It is not from natural sources. So option 2 is not there. Acrylic. What about it? It is also not from natural sources. And last one is jute. So option 2 and 3 can be cancelled. Among option 1 and 4 is the answer. Jute. Jute is it is from natural sources. Okay, it is from natural sources, but the thing is they have asked man-made fiber from natural sources. How is jute obtained? It is extracted from where? It is extracted from bark of white jute plant. Okay, it is extracted from bark of white jute plant. So if you see among this rayon and jute, our first man-made fiber from the natural sources, man-made fiber from natural sources will be rayon only. Jute is also natural sources, but the first man-made fiber from natural sources is rayon. So option 1 is your answer for this. Okay. So next question. Which of the following represents correct set? Okay. Which of the following represents correct set, matching set? Okay. So here our first question is, what is our first question? Helps in the movement of body by contraction and relaxation. See the option, see the word by the contraction and relaxation. Movement of the body by contraction and relaxation. Which will contract and relax? Among these four options, you can see which one will do that. It is muscle. So our option A has the answer 2. Okay. Next question. Hard structure which forms the skeleton. The hard structure which forms the skeleton. Our skeleton is formed from which thing? It is, among this you can easily represent it as bones. So option B will have the answer 4. Next, option C. Part of skeleton which can be bent. The part of skeleton which can be bent. Can you bend the bones? Yes or no? If you are able, which one will be the cartilage? Cartilage is nothing but the thing joining the two bones edge. Okay, this area. Okay, so in this area shows the cartilage. So it can be bent. Okay, the part of skeleton which can be bent is cartilage. So option C is 1. Next, option D. Joins the chest bone and backbone together to form an enclosure which will protect our chest, our heart and lungs, which will protect our things in the chest. It is nothing but rib cage. It is nothing but rib cage. So movement of body by contraction and relaxation is muscle. Answer is muscle. Hard structure which forms the skeleton will, that is nothing but bones. And part of the skeleton which will bend, it is nothing but cartilage. Join the chest bone and backbone together, that is rib cage. It will protect our chest, heart and all. Okay, so let us go into our next question. Next is species restricted. Okay, species restricted to a particular area are known as. Okay, so our four options are endangered species, extinct species, endemic species, migratory species. Okay, so they are asking species restricted to a particular area. That means the species, it can be animals or birds. Okay, the species which are animals, birds, and particular kind of trees. Okay, so the species which are restricted to a particular area, the species which are found only in a particular area, not in all the areas, only in a particular area some kind of species are present. What is that called as? So first option, endangered species. What is endangered species? It is nothing but the species of which are in danger of extinct, which are going to which are in the border stage of extinct, that is endangered species. What is extinct species? Species who have whose what to say, the species like dinosaur, isn't it? So these all the species, dinosaurs like species, have been extinct. Their further generation are now more. So that is extinct. Okay. And third one is endemic species. Endemic species is nothing but the species which are found in particular area. Okay, which are found in particular area. So from this itself, you would have understood the answer would be option. Answer would be option 3. The answer would be option 3. Endemic species. Let me see the migratory species. Migratory species is nothing but the species which will travel from one place to another place according to if in some years they are in one place, they can be found in another place and in another year or season. You can say, you can take the best example for season also, mainly birds. Okay, in some season birds will be in one area, in some season, another season it will be in another area. So the species which is restricted to a particular area, which is found in only a particular area, that is called as endemic species. That is called as endemic species. Okay, hope you understood. Next question. Metal X displaces metal Y from its salt solution, but is not able to displace metal Z from its salt solution. So what they are asking, identify the most reactive metal. What they said here is, what they said here is, what they have told, the X displaces Y from its salt solution. Okay, displaces Y from its salt solution. But X cannot replace or displace from its Z from its salt solution. Cannot displace the Z from its salt solution. So here in first equation you see, it is X is able to replace the Y in its place. Okay, displace the Y in its place. So among this, which one is reactive, more reactive? Y doesn't have any strength. X is only having strength to remove Y and takes its place. So in this case, X is more reactive. And from here, if you see, they have said X is not able to replace Z from its place. Okay, so that means who is more reactive here among X and Z? Yes, it is Z who is more reactive. So our option is 3. Our option is next question. Light rays from an object falls on a surface and gets reflected in a complete diffused manner. What can you say about the nature of image of the object? Okay, nature of image of the object. what they have said here, what they have said, they have told us that light rays, okay, the light rays coming from an object falls on the surface and gets reflected back in a diffused manner. It goes like in a diffused manner, okay, diffused manner, it is scattered. So they are asking, what can you say about the nature of image of the object? So what happens here? Diffusion is taking place. So there is no chance of convergent rays. Okay, there is no chance of convergent rays. There is a chance of divergent rays. Okay, there is a chance of divergent rays. Only through divergent. From convergent we can get real image. Okay, from divergent we'll get virtual image. Okay, so among the option, read the option here. What is the options here? First option, it will be virtual and same size. It will be real and enlarged. It will be virtual and enlarged. No image will be formed. So we'll discuss the options here. First option here is it will be virtual. So divergent, yes, it is virtual and same size. But they have not mentioned, like they have said the reflected rays have the rays have been reflected completely in a diffused manner. Okay, completely in a diffused manner. So the image forming virtual and same size will be only in plane mirror, will be only possible in plane mirror. So option 1, there is no chance of option 1. Okay, next option 2, real and enlarged. I already told the from this itself you can say it's a divergent one, not convergent one. So real image cannot be formed. So option 2 is also not there. Next, it will be virtual and enlarged. Virtual, yes, it is virtual. Okay, divergent, so virtual will be there. But whenever the object gives out light and it gets reflected and divergent occurs, divergent rays, it reflected in such a way that from divergent cases we are getting the image. What happens? The image, the size of the image is always less than the size of the object. The image formed by the divergent will not be, most cases, in maximum cases, it will not be greater than object. It will be only smaller than object. So n, they have said here enlarged, so option 3 is also not there. So remaining is no image will be formed. Yes, in a complete diffused manner, where will you get the image? You will not be able to see the image. Okay, so the option is no. The option is no images will be formed. Okay, no images will be formed. I hope you understood these questions. Our next question is, in order to slide a huge box lying on the ground in her room, Reshma could apply a force which is greater than which of the following forces? They have asked, what they have asked here, what they have asked here, Reshma, a box, in order to slide a huge box. So a box is here lying on the ground. Okay, Reshma should apply a force which is greater than the following force. She has to apply her only force which is muscular force. Okay, muscular force she has to apply. So option 4, there is no chance of option 4. So among these three you will see what is here. What is here? It is a box, it's not a ball. Okay, so it's a rigid object which has to be moved with a force. So Reshma is applying a force. Actually, when a, it stands in a position on a table, our object is placed and it's not moving. So we know it is exerting a normal force here. There is no force of, okay, it is still in a, it is standing in a position, it's not moving. So here our force will be, our gravitational and this force will get cancelled and we'll get a normal force here, isn't it? So no chance of normal force also here. So gravitational forces, you know what is gravitational force? Force between attraction of force between two objects, isn't it? So for a moving object, there is no discussion of gravitational force here. Only thing you have to do here is to get rid of this frictional force which is in contact with the ground. The object is in contact with the ground and there is a frictional force which is not allowing this box to move. So Reshma is having a force, giving a force, her muscular force to move this object from this position to the another position. So what is the answer here? Static friction. What is the answer here? Static friction. So to eliminate this friction and also to eliminate this friction, she has to move this object, and for that she's using her muscular force. So the answer is the muscular force should be greater than the static friction. Here the only thing you have to see the friction only. Okay, between where is this friction is happening, the contact between the surface and the object. Okay, so our answer will be static friction. I hope you understood this question. Thank you, friends. If you have any doubt, please comment me. I will definitely solve the doubt in our next video. Thank you so much.